Hey, 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 niggas don't want me to snap. Bitches want me on they back. Nigga, I'm lit like Big, and I keep that flame no cap. My frame is no rap. I don't see no bread on trap. I see my bag, yo bitch in it. I hit her from the back. I spit all on your girl, little pussy, before I spit on your track. Niggas act like they deserve that clout when everything they do whack. Smoove really run the county, and I really ran that trap. Now I'm 21 running the business. You ain't on no shit like that. You niggas can't go outside and get real gully and talk your shit like that. Cause your whip get flipped like that. Like a barber off some dope. We gon' push your shit right back. Get your shawty off some coat. Bet she let the whole team clap, nigga. And that's a fact. We got more guns in the tote towels. We can shoot for hours. Niggas sick cause they fuck cows. We got plenty power. You want smoke? You must wanna die. I go buy the flowers for your grave. That we gonna dead. Leave your family sour.
And we're live. Episode 58, man. And can I just say something? I was listening to Who Run It today, and I was looking in the mirror, and I started throwing jabs at my own reflection, man. I was just like, yeah, bro, I should listen to this more often, man.
It's a good vibe.
But we have my man Smoove on right now, and most of you guys know this dude is just a very, very talented musical artist. He's a creative figure. He's somebody who's motivated and who's doing it. And I really admire what he's been doing, man. So thank you so much for carving time out of your day to come on.
You already know.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. And also we got the all-knowing Sheldon Fogel.
Always here.
As always, knowledgeable. Ryan Acuna couldn't make it today, you know what I'm saying? He had a lady that he's seeing. I'm not trying to put his business out there, but, you know, he got tied up. He's apartment hunting, and he has a date. So he's being an adult today. Okay. Meanwhile, we sit in the basement and talk about music.
It's a good thing, though.
Sounds like we're winning.
Yeah, man. So how are you, bro? How are you feeling? Everything seems to be like really coming together right now. Every time I look at your Instagram, I see people singing your songs and stuff. Like I saw that one dude on your Instagram story. Where was he at? He was like in a department store doing something.
I don't even remember, bro.
All right.
I don't even remember.
You're right. I'm analyzing everything, man.
Yeah, you were rapping in it looked like a pop-up shop.
Oh yeah, I was at a pop-up shop yesterday. Shout out to my man Prestige. Prestige, it's a clothing brand. My man French, he got this clothing brand called Prestige. Connected with him through my manager O, and I pulled up on him. He gave me some gear, had me looking fly.
Right.
Performed a couple songs for them. The energy was good in there. A lot of good people in that building.
Was that in Philly?
Nah, that was actually in Jersey City.
Okay.
Yeah, we took the drive yesterday.
Do you like smaller, more intimate stuff where you can get to see people's reactions? Like, what kind of audience do you like?
Yeah, I liked the audience yesterday. It was like we were all in a confined space, so it's like when I went to perform, they just cleared out the middle of the store. The store was actually really dope too. It's called the Clearport. If you're ever in Jersey City, not shitty, but fucking. If you want to go to a nice little boutique where you can find some nice men's clothing, this sweater I got from there too. This sweater is really dope. I like this.
I was gonna ask. I didn't want to be that guy though.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get that? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this was from the Clearport in Jersey City. Very dope sweater.
That's cool.
But it was real intimate. Like, of course, I when I walked in, I introduced myself to everybody, said what's up to everybody. So when it was time for me to go, it was like everybody in there kind of already had an idea who I was.
That's good.
So it was dope, and they were already cool with my music. They liked it. So I did Mac Miller and Oh My when I went in there, and just give them 2 songs, and the reaction was real dope.
Yeah.
The reaction was real dope.
Sick.
That's awesome. I was just gonna say, man, we were talking earlier before you came.
Mm-hmm.
Your music, one of the trademark things about it, in my opinion, is that it's very seamless. Like when I put on a playlist of yours, like it feels like songs just like blend into the other, man. Like it's very, very seamless. So I feel like even if you didn't go around and introduce yourself, people are gonna bang with the music just because what you're doing right now is like, it's very popular, man.
Yeah.
It's a very popular thing that you're doing. Like, how do you keep it so seamless? Like, what is your process when it comes to recording?
My process, man, it's like I don't even be focusing on it. Like, to make it like that. Yeah, to make it like that way, I don't even focus on it. Like, when I make songs, like right now, I'm sitting on like 20 unreleased songs that I want to release.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll just listen to them all day. Like, while I'm at work, like, I'll just be bumping my own shit. Like, and I'll kind of just mess with the playlist on Apple. Like, you know how you can make your playlist on Apple Music and shit?
Right.
I'll just mess with the playlist and put songs in different places.
Okay.
And then when that song stops, if I feel like it sounds good going into the next one, I'll just be like, all right, that's dope. That sounds cool. Like, however I did it on, what was the track list on my last project, Lee? I think I started off with Blue Hunters,
Started off like a little slow vibe, and then it came right in with Bag. Bag is like a hype song, you know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, I was just messing with it. So I just be messing with it. This new project I'm working on now, though, it's all one producer.
Okay.
I found a producer that I connected with.
Right.
That his sound is real dope. I don't know if you guys seen that little last clip I put on Instagram where I was like in the studio.
Was it with Shad?
No. It's on my Instagram page. It's just like a little studio vlog I did with the guy Jay Vito.
Oh, I did see. I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, he made that beat. That beat's fire, and I just found like I tell my friends like I found my Metro Boomin. You feel me? So
is
like,
he your engineer too? Like he's
Nah,
okay.
I've been working with the same engineer for like about 3 years now.
All right.
Yeah, so we got a good chemistry. He knows how I like my shit.
Right.
I know I can just go in there and rap. I don't gotta worry about nothing.
What's easier for you first? Do you write it down first, or do you have to hear the beat so you know what's going on?
I'm weird, man, when it comes to like creating.
Right.
Sometimes I'll just be in my thoughts and write lyrics with a flow with no beat.
Right.
And then I'll have to find a beat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can match that.
Yeah. Sometimes I hear a beat and then the lyrics come.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even write and I just go in the booth. Like
off top.
Yeah, off top. So it all depends on how I'm feeling that day, to be honest.
But your phone's probably full with
full like a motherfucker. I can show you.
When do most of them come? Like is it when you're at work? Is it when you're sleeping? Like
yo, my hottest shit be coming when I'm at work and I don't have time to write. Real shit.
That's how it happens.
You know what it is, man? Like I feel like you're trying to distract yourself from something and you start to think about other stuff really heavily. And then you get all your creative ideas.
Because you're at work and you don't want to be at work, and next you know you have an idea pop up. So you have to repeat it in your head constantly.
Also when you're about to sleep though, because you're trying to get rid of like all these thoughts and like really decompose. And that's when ideas come to you then, man.
Yeah, right before bed usually. It was a point in time, like I'd say my last like 2 years of high school, I forced myself to write like every night. Like I would force myself, like bro, like I'd go to bed like at 3 a.m. I'd make sure I wrote a song. Some of them just be trash, but like I'd get like a couple hot Jones out of it. But I feel like I don't do that anymore. Like I don't force myself to write no more. Now I just let it just come. If I'm sitting there and I'm trying to write and I just notice that I wrote some bullshit, I'm like, yo, I'm just throwing my phone down. Like, and I'll just like go do
pick
something
back
else
up tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what they say, creative process, that you shouldn't like try and force yourself too much. Otherwise it doesn't come out good, man. But I feel like you've definitely proven yourself because a lot of people are banging with your stuff, man. Like when I go on your YouTube and I see how successful it is, man, and just like there's like playlists that have been integrated with other artists and stuff. I'm not even sure how that works, but like
I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, people make playlists with your song in it. Yeah. And then like X is the next song and stuff like that. Like
that's dope. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I'll never forget when this was years ago. I don't know if you remember, but when Rector Spectro put one of your songs in one of the videos.
That was a big little push.
That was a huge push.
It was a huge push. A lot of people found out about me because of that.
Yeah, so they were this Twitter, also Instagram kind of comedy group, and they're really funny. And I forget what the video was, but they used one of his songs in it.
He was playing basketball.
Yeah, he was playing basketball. And I remember the song came on, and then I saw it on SoundCloud like a couple days later. It was like a million. It was close to a million.
It was
high.
What did it do? It did like 100,000 in like a week. Yeah, it went up crazy. And that was a song, yo. Rocky Balboa is a song that has a story. Has a story with that song. That was
slapping too, and it fit the video. Like it was like a perfect fit for the video.
I remember making that song, man. I was at you guys remember when our basketball team was doing pretty good? We had Leo, we had everybody. We had the Ben Salem All Stars on there. Right. Leo used to throw them parties after the games when he would win and stuff. Man, I remember it was after Leo's party. I went home. I was with Pete McLaughlin. I don't know if you guys remember Pete. Yeah. But I was like, yo, Pete, we got home at like 2 a.m. My mom's a heavy sleeper, so this is when I used to rap in the crib and record myself. Yeah. So I was just like, yo, Pete, I'm about to rap. Went in the booth. I'm drunk as hell. I'm like 16, trashed, and just like in my bag. So I just went into the closet and just rapped that whole song one take. If you listen to that song, there's no ad-libs, there's no doubles. Seriously. It's just one take.
You're just going
Rocky
off.
Balboa was one take. I'm just in my bag. I walked out of my closet. My closet was the booth. Pete was like, yo, bro, you fucked that joint up. I was like, I ain't even gonna listen to it. I just shut my computer and went to sleep. And I sat on that. I kind of forgot about the song.
Yeah.
And then one day I was like going through all my shit because I used to just go through all my GarageBand shit. And I listened to it. And I was looking at it. It was just one take. I was like, all right, I'm probably going to have to go back and fix a bunch of stuff. I listened to it. I was like, yo, I'm dropping this shit right now.
That's
and
awesome.
then in like 4 months, the Bull posted it up. I had like 100,000 views on SoundCloud. Right. And then I just like was like, let me just keep this shit going.
I listened to that today. I didn't know you made that on a whim. That makes the story even more impressive.
Yeah, that was just a one take going in my bag type moment. It was dope as fuck. I never forget that shit.
Have you tried to replicate that? Like, have you tried to go to a party and like come back and be like, all right, here I go again?
Nah, cause it's like when I go to the studio now, it's like planned now and shit. Like I have to hit my engineer like a week in advance and just be like, yo, bro, can I come on Tuesday because I don't have work on Tuesday? You know what I'm saying? It's mad different now. If I could, I'm trying to get my life to a point where I'm not working harder on other things than music.
That's the trick, yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm working harder with me and my mom's business other than the music. I'm putting in like 20% to the music and 80% into running this business. But I'm kind of trying to weed away from it. I told my mom, like, this is the last year I'm working. Like, I'm a dub after this. I'm going to stack my money up.
But even 20% into it, you're doing really well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to go for the 100% so this can go a little faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're definitely going to see more out of it. And I feel like that's the trick with any creative. It's like, how do I make this my full-time thing? Logistically.
Logistically, yeah. Money involved, all that.
Yeah, how do you make that work? That's totally cool, man. But you were talking about Vegas. I wanted to go back to that. What were you doing out there? Was it strictly for a video? Like, what exactly was going on?
No, I went, it was my girl's birthday. Yeah, it was my girl's birthday. We just went out there to have fun.
Just both of y'all?
Just us two. We had a blast, man.
That's awesome.
That's super
cool.
Yeah,
we had a blast. Yeah, I'll never forget that trip. That was an amazing trip.
How long were you out there for?
Whenever someone looks down and shakes their head.
Just remembering details.
Yeah, dog.
You know, it's amazing.
That's when Natalia and I, just by ourselves, we went to Germany for 2 weeks.
That was probably amazing.
That's lit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So you were just out there partying. Are you a gambler? Like, what do you play?
I don't want to talk about gambling, man.
All right, we won't talk about it then.
Vegas did me dirty. I mean, like, on some lucky shit, I made it all back the last day. What? I was in Vegas down like 600.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do not gamble on the main strip if you go to Vegas. Whatever. Don't gamble at MGM. Don't gamble at none of them big fucking hotels that are on that main strip. You want to gamble in Vegas? You go downtown. You go to Red Rock. Or you go to Fremont Street.
Yeah.
Go to like Four Queens or Four Kings or some shit like that. Hit Fremont Street because that strip, they just gonna take your money. I gambled the first 3 days on the strip. I'm down like $650. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go down to Fremont and I come up like 500. My dumb ass, I don't know. I don't want to fucking. I can't take Adderall no more. Fucking. I'm off at Adderall. I'm at the roulette table up 500. Like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to win 1,000. Right. But that 500 went, and then another 200 went. I went to the ATM trying to get it back. Oh my God, Adderall and gambling don't mix. So now I'm down like 650 in Vegas. The last day, I had to pull a little finesse move to get $100, $200 real quick. I ain't gonna say what I did, but I did it. So I take that money, I go down to Red Rock, and I crazily came up 600 on roulette, got it all back, and just came home like, yo, thank God for Red Rock.
Yeah, right. At least you broke even, man. That's a peaceful way to leave.
Yeah,
they say that the Vegas, especially the hotels, they're designed to get you to go to the casino. You ever heard about like the wallpaper where they make like the wallpaper weird so that you hate being in the room?
I'm
like
telling
just
you,
little things.
I'm telling you, bro. I had to walk through the casino to get to my room.
Yeah, stuff
you know
like
what
that.
I'm saying? Like I had to walk through the casino to get to the elevator to get to my room. Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
It's the comp card though. Like they do the same thing at parks. So they give you the comp money when you come in, and then you play, and then when you win with the comp stuff, you're like, all right. And you always go for seconds, man. Like it's such a game.
I was just at fucking Parks 2 nights ago. Lost 200 like a dumbass.
That's on what?
I was playing roulette and I was winning, and my lady's pop, he was teaching me how to play 3-card poker.
Okay.
the other night, like
dangerous game.
Dangerous game.
Yeah.
Dangerous game. You lose money on that fast.
And you'll be like, oh, so
basically I was down 180 when I was playing with him. I brought 80 to the casino because I usually try to bring cash to the casino that I'm not scared to lose. Like if I lose, it's 80. Fuck it.
Right.
So I lost that 80 when I was with him. He was like, man, you want to win this shit back? I'll loan you 100 right now. I'm like, if I lose your 100, that means I got to give you your 100. But it's like at the same time, that 100 I could win. Yo, he gives me this 100, lost it in 3-card poker in like 2 fucking hands. Like that. Like 2-3 hands.
Dang, man.
So I'm at this point, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm down $180. I'm about to get paid, so I don't really care. I'm drunk as hell because they keep giving me drinks for $1. It's whatever. And then I'm sitting next to this Italian old head.
Right.
He's winning. He's like, he was losing until I came and sat down. So now I'm like his good luck charm. He's like, you're my good luck charm. He keeps winning. He comes up like 500. He puts 15 on my John. Yo, he put 15 on my thing. He gave me my 3 cards. I looked at him. I had a queen high. I was like, yo, the dealer don't got shit. I know he don't got shit. My girls pop backed me up. I won that hand, and then I ended up coming up like 400. So I was like, 3-card poker's lit right now.
Right.
So now I go to Parks Casino again. I'm playing roulette. I come up like $50. I'm like, all right, let me go to 3-card poker and try this shit again. Lost like 200. I said, fuck this shit.
I remember this one time, Oz and I, we went to Parks, and we were bored one day. So we're like, let's see what we could flip with $20.
All right.
We're at blackjack. We were at blackjack for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
He won like 500. I'm at 800. So we just took $20, flipped it. So he has 5. I'm at 8. And then, just like that, Daryl had 3 straight blackjack hands, and all his money's like gone. So he's like, I'm out. So then I was like, oh, I'm feeling it. I said, let's go to the high rollers table.
Yeah.
So we're over there. First hand, I get blackjack. So I'm at $1,000 now.
Yo, you gotta leave after that.
So I'm at $1,000. I'm like, dude, this is lit. So
wait, you kept going?
Yeah, I kept going.
That's
dude,
the one thing I don't understand.
You gotta remember. I went in.
That's what you said. I was like, that would be so in my head. I'd be like, well, I'm going to McDonald's on me, guys.
Right.
We're all getting the dollar menu.
But you think that, but you gotta remember, I went in there. I only had a 20 in my pocket.
Yeah.
I didn't really care.
You didn't give a fuck about this $1,000 that you just won because you only
100% sober.
20.
So I had 100% sober.
Oh,
So
man.
dude, it was like after work. It was like a 6 p.m. on a Tuesday or something like that.
Man.
So we go there. So in the high rollers, next hand she has blackjack.
Yeah.
Next hand she has blackjack again. I'm like, and this is like, I think it was 100. It was like 100 entry. It was 100 to get onto the table, right? So now I just lost like 300. I was like, all right, let's see if I can get back to 8.
Damn.
So I got back to 8, and then I broke Oz off some money, and then I had the rest of it. But dude,
that was nice, man. You're a good friend.
Yeah, but then like you said, we tried doing it again like next night. Gone.
I went to Parks fucking last night. I'm like my guy Matt's fucking good luck charm. Every time I go with him, I'll go in there and lose like $100 and say fuck this shit, and he'll win like 1,000.
Right.
Be like, yo, break me off a piece, man.
Nah, last time I went and lost, he gave me that 100 back. He was different. Yeah,
right. That's a good move. That's a good move.
I had another question for you, man. When it comes to your personal life and music, what is it that like you want to say? What is it that you want to share? You know what I'm saying? Specifically about lessons you've learned. Because I was listening to some of your songs, man. It's a lot of it's about other people. Obviously, you don't name anyone individually. You don't have to. I'm just wondering, man. Like, what's the kind of stuff that you're trying to say with all that?
Man, my music right now, I'm about to be in like a weird space. Like, I'm in a weird space in life right now. I'm going through some shit right now, and I don't talk about nothing. Ever since I was a kid, I didn't talk to my mom about what I be going through. I didn't talk to nobody who be going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, like, the music is kind of like my outlet. Because when you bottle everything in, it gets to a point where that shit just it's one snap and it goes bad. And that shit all comes out at one time. So I'm thankful I get to do that with the music. My thing is right now, I'm just trying to keep it real with this music shit. I'm seeing so much of how music is now, especially rap. A lot of this shit is fake right now. It's just a lot of motherfuckers just saying shit. Lil Pump said he'll give codeine to a baby on his album. I'm telling you, bro. Like, it's a lot of bullshit.
There's a lot of plants in the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit going on right now. And I'm, with my music, like, it was a point, like, previously where I was saying shit that wasn't true. Not saying shit that wasn't true, but saying shit that wasn't really me. Right. And it got to a point where I'm like, yo, I'm just going to keep it 100 with this shit. So when you listen to songs like Reezy Flow and like Mac Miller, that shit is just all me, like coming from my heart. So I just go into the studio when I'm writing. Like it's always a thought in the back of my head. Just keep it 100. Just keep it 100 when you keep. If you can't stand on what you're about to write down when you're about to or what you about to rap, don't even put that shit out. So that's my thing right now. Just keeping it 100.
That's a lot, man. Because I feel like a lot of rappers, you know, they try and rap about stuff that people want to hear about in a song.
Yeah,
and it's cool to do.
And
that.
I was like that for a while.
But that's cool to do. See, I wouldn't feel weird about that because that's cool to do to get your foot in the door.
Yeah,
because you're making a sound that people want to hear.
Yeah,
and then you invite people in. It's just like they say with like, if you're an artist, the best thing to do is satire of other people's art, and then to show your art after they follow your Instagram or they get your Twitter, they get your SoundCloud.
You gotta get eyes.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty smart approach what you did. I'm not sure if you thought about it like that, but I was thinking about that today when I was listening to the playlist on YouTube and I listened to your SoundCloud. I listened to almost like your whole SoundCloud today, and I was just like, there's definitely been a change in the way the lyrics are.
Yeah,
the flow is very similar.
Definitely.
Yeah. And all your features on tracks are just butter, man.
Yeah, definitely. I love doing features. I love like my goal is when I do someone else's songs is to fuck that shit up way better than they did.
Yo,
that's my
real.
goal. Like every time, and it's no offense to them. Like not saying I'm a better artist than them, but that's literally my goal. Like if I'm on your song, I'm trying to fuck that shit up bad.
Yeah, the dripping song, man, the one that you and Shad had, that was.
Me and Shad got some shit coming.
And that's what I was gonna ask you.
Shit
I was gonna ask you because
I'm excited, man.
So Shad's my guy, and he always like tells me like what he's cooking on, and like
Yeah.
let me like hear little snippets or something like that. But I think you two have like, there's like something there.
Yeah, fuck. Speaking of that, I gotta text him right now.
Go do that, man.
Yeah, there's like something there, and I feel
Shad
like
definitely got
if
a
you
great
guys had like a
chemistry.
project or something,
we're
like,
working on a project right now.
That guy seems obsessed. Like I feel like all he does is make music.
he's locked-
we had
he's
him on the
locked-
show
Shad,
before.
Yeah, he's locked
he's
in.
no fucking joke.
He's locked in.
I've known Shad for years and years and years. Same thing with Kid Travis, known him from years and years and years. And it was like at the start, it was like Kid Travis was doing his thing in his house, just like I was doing my thing in my house. And we would me and Kid Travis got a collab from when we were like 15, 16.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like I've known Kid Travis that long. He's been grinding with this music shit same amount of time as I. And I always saw Shad like just in Kid Travis's house, looking at what he's doing, seeing how he does his shit. And it got to a point where Shad was like, bet, now I can do my own shit because he got all the knowledge.
Yeah, he got the knowledge.
And it's like, yo, I've just seen me, Kid Travis, and Shad, we just been grinding from the start.
You guys are like the powerhouses.
Yeah,
honestly.
we've been grinding from the start. Man, Kid Travis' new album, did you guys listen to that shit?
Yeah, I got
Oh
it.
my God, bro. And you know one thing, he made every beat, produced it, engineered it, sang that shit, wrote it. Man, you gotta respect that shit. And Shad's doing the same thing. Man, much respect to them guys. Shad, it's like it got to a point where he became his own artist. He got his own sound. It's an amazing sound. And my sound and his sound, when they come together, I gave Shad a beat. Like, I be producing too. I'm not as into it as they are, but I got FL. I fool around on it. And when I make something hot, the first time I did it, I made some shit and put it in Kid Travis' hands. He flipped that shit. He put all this extra shit in there, made it poppin', and then we got Dean out of that. You know the song Dean? Yeah, we got Dean out of that.
Rest in peace.
This time, yeah, definitely rest in peace. I wear this shit on my wrist every day. R.I.P. Dean. But
who made the drawing of him, by the way?
What?
Isn't the album? Isn't the picture for that song a drawing?
Oh, Eros. We went to school with Eros. He went to Ben Salem, graduated my class. Eros Rama. He's a tattoo artist, but he does a little art on the side.
Okay.
He definitely did that for me. He snapped on that.
Yeah. I like that.
What was I talking about before that?
You and Shad coming to
me and Shad. But yeah, his sound and my sound, man, it's just crazy.
It really showed on that track, cause you can also sing.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you can sing. I think you sing better than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah.
So on that track,
Yeah,
I was like,
I definitely.
and like, just the pockets that both of you would go into, it was a really silky smooth track.
Shad is so talented. It's crazy. But what happened, how this project came about, we did Drippin', and that shit was fire. And we just like, yo, this shit is fucking fire.
Right.
I'm talking to Shad. We talk all the time. So he was just like, yo, you want to do a project together? I'm like, duh, like the fuck, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I had made this one beat. This is our second song we got on there. It's called Uneven. And I made this beat called Black Panther on FL Studio. It was like these tribal drums and shit.
Right.
And it wasn't anything like it sounds when I gave it to Shad, but it's still in there. You know what I mean?
It was a skeleton, yeah.
Yeah. I gave him the stems, all the shit he needed. And it's like, he made that shit so crazy, put a hook on it. Oh my God. When y'all hear this shit, me and Shad got coming, it's crazy.
Right.
So I feel like as a producer, the producer side of me, I'm like not as good as producing as I am at being an artist. But I know good shit when I hear it.
Right,
I just don't, I don't know how to put it all together. So it's like I can fuck around. I know the basics, but I don't know how to mix that shit. I don't know how to master that shit. I don't know how to flip samples. I don't know how to do a lot of shit that they know how to do. So I feel like it's dope as fuck that I can just be in my room and create, like you said, the skeleton, give it to them, and they just make something crazy. That's why I want to link with my guy back in Australia, my guy Swish. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Adrian Swish. We had that song. It was me, him, and Rob Lola. I don't know if y'all remember. Know that you freaky.
And Rob's the one who's popping off in Fortnite right now, right?
Rob is snapping in Fortnite. This man said, yo, this man, Rob, was like a singer for a year.
Right.
Said, yo, fuck it, I'm about to get this bag, play Fortnite. Came up like $10,000. I can't be mad at him.
My
I
brother
respect
was
it.
telling me about it. That he was playing in this tournament, right?
It was like the Fortnite Invitational or something like that.
There's
$1 million
they
on
flew
the
him out
prize.
to like Los Angeles or something.
Rob be snapping on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used to make. Does he still make music with you guys?
I mean, nah.
Because was he the one that did the song with?
But I'll drag him out. Like if I have to. I remember last time I dragged Rob out, it was my 21st birthday. I always go to the studio on my birthday.
Right.
My 21st birthday. I got him out and we made a song. We never dropped it, but.
Why do you always go in the studio on your birthday?
It's my favorite thing to do. So my birthday, I just want to do my favorite thing I want to do.
Make that into a clip.
Yeah.
Just let you know. I like that answer.
I like that.
That's really cool, man. So you have a lot planned, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have like a merch store yet or anything like that?
Nah,
Am I ignorant to
that's
this?
the next thing I gotta do. That's the next thing I gotta do.
Because we need
Get my merch
stickers and
poppin'.
all that stuff, man.
I need some shit like this that say Smoove on it.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
There's all these custom
My
clothes
shit
places.
could say SM and then the S could be crossed out and it could just say Move. That'd be dope.
Bro, sometimes, man, I was looking you up and I would spell the Smoove like you do on Instagram with the zeros, and I'm like, why can't I find you, bro? Nah, man, but I'm gonna open your stuff in a minute. My brother introduced me to all your music. So what happened is I was in the car and
Shout out to Alex, by the way.
Shout out to Alex, 100%.
Gang.
He's coming on episode 100. He said I'm gonna wait till episode 100, but that's literally what he
Probably
told me.
another year.
Yeah. So we were rolling around in his car. And my brother just bangs tracks, and I'm always like Shazamming them, and I couldn't Shazam this one, and I was like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "Oh, this." He said your real name. He's like, "Oh, this Smoove," and I was like, "What?" And that's why I don't know if you remember, it was a long time ago. He gave you like a snap of like both of us.
Yeah,
in the car.
he did.
That's when I was first like really introduced to your music.
I talked to Alex recently, man.
Shout
out to the guy. He always been a real one. Just love that kid.
Yeah, because it's also crazy for me because I remember when we track back then. That's when you were like starting your music and stuff like that. And like,
you know what's crazy?
It's crazy.
I was rapping before that.
Right.
Like I dropped music and deleted it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Why?
First song I dropped, like for the public to hear, was probably in like 7th grade. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but I used to just drop bullshit. Like it'd be some shit where I'd be
Test
in the
the
crib.
waters.
Yeah, I'd be in the crib just fried and like, no, I'm talking like purposefully bullshit.
Right.
Like I'd have songs out that I was really trying to rap,
Right.
and then songs out that were like perfectly crafted bullshit.
Right.
Like me and Luis Gonzalez made a song about Sarah Smith and Carly Gonzalez and how like fine they were in like 7th grade.
That's such a
Right.
middle school thing to do.
Middle
too.
school last thing to do. And then me and fucking Mike Nally had a song out called Keon Johns, and he just playing the guitar,
Look at
saying
him
my
dance.
name, Keon Johns. Look at him dance, Keon
You know, it's funny, when
Johns.
my brother was younger, he used to sing that. I was like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
bro, and motherfuckers was really catching on to this shit.
It's probably over some like
Yo.
bullshit.
Yeah, I always rap seriously. Like I was writing probably, was probably writing lyrics. It was right when I got my iPod Touch.
Yeah.
That was probably like
07, 08.
Yeah, 08, 09. I didn't get it when it first came out. I had to wait, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, Mom, I want an iPod. $200, fuck you talk about? And then you convince her, you mean?
Eventually.
Christmas comes
Once
around.
it was like $100 off.
Yeah, I waited till Christmas. She probably grabbed that joint on Black Friday or something. It was a lit joint. But I remember I got my iPod Touch. This when the Carter 3 just came out. Oh my God, man. I'm just in my Wayne bag. I'm listening to nothing but Wayne and Meek. I'm listening to Flamers and Carter 3.
I was like Flamers 2, I think.
And I always liked rapping. I always liked rap music. I got into rap music real early. I was probably like 6, 7. 50 came out with Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yep.
It was a rap. I remember I used to play 50 Cent Bulletproof
On PS2.
on PlayStation 2, and you could buy the beats. Like, it was the instrumentals. Like, you know, remember you going around the corner and it was the boy that sold the guns out the fucking the van? I remember the shit vivid. And you could buy the songs, all the 50 Cent songs.
Right.
Like, you have to spend the money that you get in the game.
Right.
But you could buy the instrumentals, too. I remember one day, me and my cousin, the cousin that's my same cousin, Adrian Swish, that's actually a poppin'-ass artist. He got the #1 R&B album in Australia right now.
Damn.
That's sick.
Me and him would sit in a room, and in my room, in my house, I'd be playing the game, just rapping, and he'd be trying to write down what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, but he can't even fucking keep up with me because I'm just rapping. And he's like, yo, you got to write this shit down. I'm like, all right, fuck. I don't know how to do this shit. I'm like 7.
Right.
But I just remember after that, I would just play the game and just like, I'd be rapping like 50 Cent though. Like, I'm this hard ass, big ass motherfucker out here, 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like 7. And then I got that iPod Touch, and I started using the internet to become an artist. Go online, find all the beats I want, download. Dat Piff had fucking beat tapes, got instrumentals, and it'd be like 40 instrumentals, and they had like 40 different mixtapes, and I would just take all the beats off there, rap on my computer, and now we here now.
There it is.
I haven't heard the name Dat Piff in so long. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dat Piff
SoundCloud is a new
Dat Piff was big in the rap, like, music history.
There's another one
that's
too.
big.
That's when
hot
World
new
Star Hip
hip-hop?
Hop was like that's like when World Star Hip Hop was very prominent.
Yeah.
Was when Dat Piff was like very prominent. As
Yeah.
well. I remember like when World Star Hip Hop first became a thing.
Yeah, and there was like
crazy. We were
my
all around for
mixtapes
that.
or something like that.
Yeah, that's wild. So your inspirations, man. 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, and then Meek Mill.
Meek.
Those are kind of like your 3.
And my 3 big Jones. Yeah, my 3 big inspirations.
That's pretty sick, man.
That was me growing up. And I grew up listening to a lot of Motown music. Because my dad was a singer. He sung a lot of Motown music.
Really?
Yeah. That's what that's what I listened to a lot.
I grew up on that in my house as well.
Yeah.
It was that in like 80s.
Good music. Soul
like 80s,
music.
like
Can't
80s
beat it.
pop.
So would your dad sing in the house? Or
Um,
he sing in front of you?
Nah, I don't remember my dad really singing around the house much. I remember him performing a lot. Like he would, my pop would be like performing at like bars and shit like that. He have gigs like every weekend. And I'll go with my mom. Cause who else? Or sometimes I'll go to like my grandma's house. They were gonna be out real late, or you know what I'm saying. But I remember being on stage like 4 or 5 years old. I'm a kid in a bar. You know what I'm saying? With my pop, he performing, and I'm just like banging on the bongo drums and shit. Like shit was mad dope.
Right.
He do big events, and I'd go up on stage. He'd bring me up on stage, and I remember that. I remember that shit, and it was mad dope. I didn't really remember seeing him sing around the house, but like I remember doing a lot of gigs and shows, and I'd be there. He passed away when I was 8, so your memory only go back so far.
Right.
Yeah.
As a kid, when you were up on stage with him, were you thinking about like people watching you and clapping because of what you were doing? Like, were you thinking about an audience to artist feedback? I mean, obviously you're very young.
I was just hyped to do music. Like I used to play the drums when I was little. I remember playing the drums with my dad a lot, and he would sing, and we would play the drums. And sometimes, like the whole band would come over. I'd be playing with them, but I'm not playing no bullshit. I'm really playing them shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they letting me do it, because they not going to rehearse with some bullshit ass drums. I'm really playing them shits. And I remember that shit, and I just remember I loved it. But when it came, like I'm a person where if I'm not interested in it, I won't do it. and it kind of fucked me up like as a kid because I was always that way. Like I'd play the drums, but I'd only want to play them how I wanted to play them. When they started to, like, my parents seen I was good at the drums. We had the drum set in the house. I'd always play. I'd be good. But when they put me with a teacher, I just didn't feel like going to that boring ass learning how to play drums class.
It's the worst.
You know what I mean?
It's the worst.
I'm like, I don't care about what's on this paper. Just let me play this shit.
Right. And figure it out.
Also, I want to play what I want to play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play this like weird demo that you have for me. Like, let me learn something I'm interested in.
Right.
Which brings me to my next question. When it comes to making songs, what are your rules of work ethic? Like, what is your work schedule? Do you have to work on it every day? Is it when inspiration comes?
Yeah. Yo, my song making process, like, I haven't even figured it out yet. I really haven't.
See, that's the thing I can't get over about you, because everything sounds so concrete. Like, when I listen to your work, it's solid, man. It's very solid.
When I'm in the studio, I know when I'm not doing something. Like, I just know when I hear it, you know? And it's like, if I hear it and I can't fuck with it, or there's something I don't like, either I change it or it's a dub.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stash it away.
Yeah, stash it away. If it's something I see potential in, I'll sit there and work on it till it sounds how I want it to sound. As far as like writing goes, it's fucking hard for me because I'm an independent artist. I don't have a lot of, like I said, I'm happy as shit I found this guy that knows how to make some good beats.
Right.
It's hard to find beats, like beats that, there's hot beats, but like I try so hard to pick quality beats.
Right.
Pick quality beats, and it's a lot of trash on the internet. It's a lot I gotta go through.
But do you record every day? Like, is that?
No. Do you want to hear something crazy? Like, you're saying, oh, this shit sounds so concrete. Like, I take my time on it. I probably get into the studio on average for myself. I work with a lot of different artists, and I'm in the studio a lot. But when it's time to go to the studio just for myself, it's probably like a once a month thing, to be honest. Yeah.
Damn.
And I'll go in there for like 5 hours, bang out like 2-3 songs. And that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea, man.
Yeah.
I thought, like, wow, okay.
It'd be some stretches where I go a little bit more often when I'm sitting on a little bit more cash. But nah, I'm funding this shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? That shit costs money, so.
Right. So you gotta do it when you can do it.
I'm trying to put away a certain amount of money every month. So it's like I kind of got to abide by that because I got to keep my word to myself.
Right.
I got to stack this bread. So, yeah.
At the same time, you gotta help with your mom's business as well.
It's a lot. I'm managing it, though. I'm going to figure this shit out.
Right.
I'm going to get away from this shit and just start being an artist like full time. It's going to be a rap. I'm going to fuck it up.
Right.
So it's like I just got to get to that point.
Yeah, you got the traction. You definitely have the traction.
I'm super excited. What's been your favorite venue so far? I've been in Voltage a few times, and that's where a lot of hip hop shows are. So like, I feel like there's a hip hop audience there most of the time. Like, do you like?
I like the venue. I forget what it was called.
Because you're going to a lot of shows in Philly, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I got to start going to other artist shows more and connecting with them and seeing what they have and collaborating with other artists. I love doing that. I love working with other people, get inspiration from them, or they get inspiration from me and we come together and make something dope. I love doing that. But as far as venues, I like the venue I did at the Jay Critch show. I think it was called the Coliseum or something like that.
All right.
I forget what it was, but it was a Jay Critch show. I opened up for Jay Critch. That venue was dope. I feel like we could do a good event there. I love Voltage because it was like the start. Like I've rocked Voltage so many times, and they always been welcoming to have me there, and it's like I got love for Voltage.
They're cool, man. When you bring people in, you know, as long as you bring people in to come see you. Do you practice a lot before you do live performances? Because there's one thing to rap. You grew up rapping, but you probably never thought like, I'm gonna have to practice to do live shows later on. Like,
people don't think about that, and it's different. It's different when you're just thrown in front of people. It's like you gonna fucking do what you do or you not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Either you gonna overthink it and fuck up, or you just gonna go out there and be yourself. And my thing is, it's to a point where I need to practice, not because I'm trash live. It's just you want to put on a perfect show.
Right.
You want to display the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
So in order to be your best, you got to practice. I personally have never rehearsed anything. I'll sit in the car, listen to my lyrics. Yeah, I've never rehearsed like a show or anything. I'm just like, I just go out there and perform.
You never went. So you don't go in your room and like kind of fake do the whole show. You don't do stuff like that.
I just listen to my music and usually just rock out and try remember the lyrics because I forget my lyrics. Like I be high, so I be forgetting that shit.
It happens.
yeah. So I just be in my room just rocking out. Yeah, whatever song, that shit. I just try to make sure I can. Because in my music, I'm just being myself. So I'm just trying to go on stage and be myself. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. But, yeah, I listen to my music in my room, but I don't try to rehearse, like, a whole choreographed set. I'll just be in there jamming out.
Dang, man.
Yeah. I got to start rehearsing, though.
It's cool. I'm just trying to get the feel for what kind of creative you are. And it sounds like you're a natural. I mean, I don't want to compliment you too much.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm doing something creative, man, I'm practicing it so many times that like it makes me sick to my stomach. But I feel like what you're saying with just like rapping and making stuff, you're very let it come as it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just, this is what it is.
Right.
And I'm not even gonna edit it at all. And
right.
I don't know. See, you're like I want to rehearse more. I'm trying to be more like you with my creative endeavors. I'm trying to be more. What's the word?
What is it?
When you are going off the top of the head, improvisational.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Man.
Yeah, that's just me, man. I always I don't know. I always been like that. I usually just say whatever the fuck I want, and I don't overthink it. And like some people look at me crazy, and some like I always think back to in high school. There was a lot of teachers that didn't fuck with me because like I always said how I felt or I was so like nonchalant about everything. And there were some teachers that could look at me and love that. You know what I mean? Because it's dope to just be yourself.
Right.
And I look at the music thing like if I overthink this shit and try to please everybody else, I'm not just going to be myself.
Yeah.
And if I try to practice to be something I'm not, it's pointless. So like let me just be myself with the music.
Right. And otherwise you destroy the integrity of Smoove. You destroy what makes it so attractive in the first place.
Right.
That's true, man. Yeah. I feel like to be successful as an artist in general,
you gotta be you.
Yeah, you have to reject conformity. Because if you cling to conformity, man, you just become a thing of the past. And we've seen it so many times, like especially with SoundCloud rappers. Like, that's become such a dirty term now.
I could have easily went and put tattoos on my face, went into Wawa, acted like Boot Gang, and have 1 million followers right now.
Dude, that stuff is. What's your opinion on all that stuff, man?
That's some people. Like that might be them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't sit here and say obviously I can say I'd never do that because I wouldn't, because that's just me.
Right.
But they would, and that's them. And they're being them. Maybe that's why they're being successful, or maybe they're putting on a show. Whatever show they're putting on, that shit is working. Whatever 6ix9ine did, it worked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all know 6ix9ine wasn't no big gangster out here smacking motherfuckers, pistol whipping motherfuckers, shooting at people.
Nope.
But he went and associated him with some street guys, and he conformed.
That's why they say
he did everything that he knew would work. He just didn't do him. He wasn't himself.
That's why they say if you're not from the streets, don't get involved with the streets. Because look at
It's
it.
a lot of shit that goes on, man. I like to stay right up here and be safe and calm.
What was it that who's the guy that plays Bane? What's the name of that actor?
Oh, Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy. You saw his tweet on World Star where he was just like, one of the best things in life is just to be in your house, quiet, alone, eating snacks and minding your own business.
And chilling.
He goes,
not worrying about
sounds
shit.
Sounds like gospel to me.
Yeah, not worrying about shit. Chilling out.
Yeah, see, you don't seem like somebody who's for drama, and I feel like a lot of these hip-hop artists and rappers are all about
dude, because that's what drives me crazy, because like some of these social media people will, like you said, like Boink, he'll be doing shit like that. Then a month later, he'll be like, oh, I'm off that, but check out my new song. And it's like we've seen this before.
Well, I feel like people think that like that to be a rapper, to be someone who performs hip hop genre music, like you have to do that kind of stuff to be interesting or valid, you know?
I like people like The Weeknd and shit. You don't hear about
that's
The
my
Weeknd.
guy.
You don't hear he don't be out here drawing, doing anything. But
Posts
when he
pictures
dropped
of
that
his
shit,
dogs.
when he dropped that shit,
That's it. Let the music speak for itself.
Right.
That's how I be coming.
Yeah, I saw Fat Boy's Instagram the other day. Are you up on all that
Yeah,
stuff?
I follow Fat
Fat Boy, I fuck with Fat Boy though.
I like him. Yeah, I like him, man. But
he just him. He dope. I fuck with Fat Boy.
Yeah, he's really Dude, I remember watching that burger video, like way before the music or anything, and I was
Right.
like, "This guy's hilarious." I mean,
Yeah, he's naturally funny, but like he's like naturally funny.
Yeah.
Like that's him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you can tell.
you can tell it's him.
weird how you can tell the difference between a character and somebody who's like that.
Exactly.
all the
Like
time.
him and Shiggy, like that's them.
Mhm.
And but there's so many
Shiggy,
people
yeah, man.
on the internet. Like I don't even know the one girl's name. She
Whoa,
claimed,
Vicky.
yeah, like
She
that.
claims she's black.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even know what to say because it's like, and it's working, and it's like she's getting all this buzz, all this like she's getting buzz now, and it's like, it works, and you know she has music coming out. It's the same thing.
Dude,
Same
I
thing
feel
with the
like
other
that's
one, the Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh,
She signed to Atlantic.
She made a song that was kind
Bro, she has an album.
of cool though.
She has a couple songs
Bad
that
Baby actually kind of.
She got some-
Baby, that's her name. That's her name.
she got a couple, but at the
actually
same
got it
time,
up.
it's like I can't knock the hustle, but sometimes I
Yeah.
just want to see the rise
Yeah.
done better. I don't know if it's like
Without the
better.
antics.
Right.
Without the antics and disrespect.
Because that
Because
one,
if
that
you think
Cause
about
I'll tell you
it,
what, that one
it-
song, I think she's like White Jane, White Porsche, Bobby. I heard that shit. I forget where I was. I heard it. I was like, yo, who is this? And it's like
Right.
Bad Baby, and I was like,
It encourages.
Yeah, but it's like you gotta look at it like this. Think about if you, right? You're a young girl that don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like you just went on Dr. Phil and said, "Yo, catch me outside." Fuck you talking about? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
she kept it a buck.
Kept it. That's her. That's how she
Right.
coming.
Right.
Right.
Now, like she got a whole bunch of exposure. And it's like everybody knows who the fuck she is, right?
Right,
Because
right.
she went on Dr. Phil and said, like, was just her. You know what I
Right.
mean? I feel like if you're an opportunist and you're looking at something to benefit the bigger picture, you're gonna take whatever opportunity you can get out of that. What better aspect of anything does that attitude go with? Rap
Right.
music. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. That's rap
That's
music.
true.
You know what I mean?
But do you
I didn't
do you
even think
think it's
about it like
but do you think it's making our style of genre of music like watered down?
I feel like rap music and hip hop is so broad.
Right.
It's so broad that you're gonna know the difference between, say, a Nas or like a Lil Wayne to a Bad Baby
Right.
and like Maddox.
Right.
You can still appreciate both sides.
Right.
I can go and rock the fuck out to Maddox. You know
Matt
what I'm
Maddox,
saying?
right? The
I
white
can
kid.
go get lit and rock out to Bad Baby, be in a club, white jeans, white Porsche.
Yeah, that one.
Bye,
That's the one.
bitch.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
That's
in
the one
club.
I heard. I was like,
You
yo,
know what
this
I'm
song.
saying?
I was
You
like,
be
that
in the
one
club,
goes.
That shit come on. You know what I'm saying? Say your ex walk into the club when that shit come on. Be in that joint like, bye, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can appreciate that.
Right.
You can appreciate both sides. It's just rap music is so broad. And it's like, I feel like I could cover the whole spectrum of that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I could really rap.
Go from
I was
Nas
gonna
all
say,
the way
man,
down.
You
man.
can really rap.
Yeah.
Dude. Like a lot of your stuff is melodic, and I was like, that's cool. I bang with it. But then I started listening to your other tracks. I'm like, dang, like there's some serious flows in here. man.
Yeah. Yeah. I always rap.
Yeah.
And I liked how Meek rap. Meek had 100 flows. I liked how Wayne would switch it up with his melodies. I feel like I just took in all that shit. And
How'd you come up with the hook for Blue Hunters, man? I'm very curious, bro. Because obviously that's one of the songs that's like very hot right now.
yo,
And
my hooks, them shits just come. I don't know.
I
Them shits just
can't
come.
accept these answers, man. Like that's like,
Yeah,
just
like-
It's just natural,
he's-
man.
I don't know, man.
It says
It's
in his
just-
name, man. He's
just something
smooth.
today, like,
That
Smooth.
shit just came. That shit just be coming to me. I could have been at work, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even remember. That's
Dang.
one thing about these songs. I never remember how I come up with shit. Like, I was like, yo, what was I doing when I came up with Oh My? And I sat there in my room.
You listen to that one yet?
yeah.
Oh my.
I'm like, yo, how the fuck did I come up with Oh My? And I can't remember. I remember driving in the car, listening to the beat, and probably like saying, oh me, oh my, na-na-na-na-na.
Right.
Oh me, oh my, just mumbling shit out. Cause the car is like the spot. The car is the spot where you can just do whatever the fuck and nobody's there and you just in
Right.
that bitch. You don't even give a fuck.
It feels like in a theater for music.
Right.
I love that. Man.
That's
Yeah.
also a gauge of how you know how the song's gonna sound.
Yeah.
The car
Yeah,
test. as
The
they
car
call
test.
it.
If it's
Yeah.
bumping in the car,
Mhm.
it's gonna bump everywhere.
Mhm.
Man, all right, because I was looking for a concrete answer for that. But no, I feel you. I think the main concern, we got off topic, the main concern with this whole acting out thing is that it's going to inspire youth to do the same thing in order to gain some sort of viral fame.
Right.
But then the same thing could be argued with hip-hop, where a lot of hip-hop is, like you say, is counterculture. It's about different stuff going on. So it's like, what do people say about that? Like, is hip-hop going to make kids behave badly? No. I think it's all about the choices that people make, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You all right, yo?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
This water was looking good.
That's cool,
I got
man.
cotton mouth from that edible. I'm trying to talk.
Go ahead, man.
Man is the cotton mouth.
What were we I wanted to ask you guys real quick. What'd you think about the whole Empire Star debacle, man? Now that came
Jussie
out,
Smollett?
yeah, how crazy is
Ooh, that's crazy to talk about right
that?
now.
How crazy is that?
Yo, I think, you want to know my personal opinion?
Yes, sir.
Please, man. That's why I brought it up. I knew you were feeling
Oh my
philosophical right
God.
now.
Yo, I feel like the media controls
I'll
everything,
hold
bro. I feel like the media controls everything.
Oh, I work in it, man. I can tell you for sure. You all right?
And look,
we good,
look,
we good.
look. This made me want to bring up something else. This made me want to bring up this Robert Kraft shit, right?
Yeah.
So think about it like this, right? Think about the timeline of the events. Robert Kraft just fucking started back in Meek's reform thing, right?
100%.
This is the whole process. The guy got caught with the
prostitution.
right?
Owner of the Patriots and Kraft mac and
Owner of the
cheese.
Patriots was wearing Meek's chain when they was at the parade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's back in Meek's reform thing against social injustices when it comes to courts and all that shit. I don't know. I don't really get into politics and all that stuff, but
Right.
I know what's going on.
Right.
And I feel as though the media controls everything. So say you're a higher up in this country.
Uh-huh.
You got pull in America.
Right.
Fuck, if it's America, you got pull.
He got that bread.
I look at it as like you could do anything. If I go out and change the world for the better, but they don't want me to, they could shut that shit down. They can
Right.
figure out a way to shut that shit down. So what better way to shut it down than get hot? Like maybe Robert Kraft did do it, and that's just his way of life, and he said that's what he wants to do. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this life.
Right.
But it's like, that's nobody's business. You know what I mean? If you
Right.
really think about it. So it's like, all right, let's find out what's wrong with Robert Kraft so we can put him away, so we can stop back in Meek. Hire an investigator. After he started back in Meek, I feel like somebody hired an investigator, fucking stalk Robert Kraft, dig up everything, see where he's going, see what he's doing.
So you think there's
as soon
way
as he
more-
fuck up,
There's way more than meets the eye in this.
yeah. I feel like if you start doing good and they don't want you to, whoever they is, they can shut that shit down.
Right.
They can shut that shit down like that. You might be fucking up. Who lives a life without fucking up? You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter when you're fucking up. You could be 70 and still fucking up, but as long as you're doing good, otherwise.
Right.
So you think they just decide like, oh, I'm gonna step in and
Yeah,
stop
I'm
this.
like,
It's such weird timing, too.
I feel like
because
I
how
feel-
things
look,
happen is weird
look,
timing.
Nah, think about it. You think if Robert Kraft was just still minding his business like all the other NFL owners, not really out in the public eye,
Right.
he'd be getting caught for a prostitution ring?
Nope.
For real? I doubt Robert Kraft's investing money into prostitution. He's got a lot of other lucrative things going on.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
He might have just been a customer.
And see, that's the thing, because the
go
media,
for a second. Let me.
yeah, because the media uses like these like buzzwords and buzz terms. So they're saying the prostitution ring. For all we know, like you said, he's an old white man who has money and power. So he was probably had a couple hoes, maybe.
Couple
you know?
hoes, you know what I'm
Probably had a
saying?
couple hoes. So
You know
he
what
was
I'm saying? He's like, yo, like I'm
That's saying he's-
79. I don't give a fuck.
Right,
And
he
think
doesn't-
about being 79. Like, keep it a beat. If I'm 79 and my man still work, like, fuck it, I'm living it up because I know I'm not about to last like
Right.
another 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
who
so-
knows?
It's going hard.
Yeah, I'm
Just going
79.
hard.
If I'm 79, I can still jump on stage with Cardi B. I probably can fuck something. So, like, so you mean like?
No, but it's just crazy because a buddy of mine, he has a conspiracy saying that like this came out because it might have been alleged, or it is alleged that Robert Kraft was one of the main people involved with not letting Kaepernick stay in the league. So that happens, and then he
Didn't Cap
said,
just get a job in the league?
I don't think so. I know that he won the case though.
He definitely
They
did.
settled,
Wow.
so they settled for the case. So he got his bread.
Yeah, Cap.
And here's the funny thing is the details of the case. If the part of the deal was it has to remain confidential, so we'll never know what was said in the case. But he got his bag, so you most likely know he was right.
Let's clap for Cap, right?
He was most likely right.
The Cap clap.
So then someone else was saying there's another conspiracy that the reason that Robert Kraft was helping out Meek Mill so he could redeem himself for possible information about him being the leader of trying to get Cap out of the league. Like it was like he's trying to cover himself.
Crazy.
It sounds crazy when you
I
think
wasn't
about
aware
it.
of any of this.
Yeah, man. Like
This
it's
shit
a
sound
whole crazy situation. And like they even think it could be tied into like the whole R. Kelly thing, and I'm just like,
What?
I saw that on Reddit, but I
R.
don't know
Kelly's
that.
about to go to jail, right?
Yeah, he
Fuck,
surrendered in
dog.
Chicago.
That's unreal.
They got him,
He
bro.
surrendered.
I mean, it's not unreal.
He turned himself in, right?
Yeah, he turned himself in.
I didn't read about it or nothing. I just seen it all on Twitter.
I'm not saying it's unreal, like he shouldn't go to jail because obviously.
But bro, this was going on for like 40 years.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the
fact that it's
crazy
actually
part.
going
Yo,
is crazy.
I feel like I'm telling you, the media. As soon as you put someone in the public eyes, the bad guy, they're the bad guy, and they're going down.
Dude,
Outrage
so
culture.
Aaron Magruder made a new Boondocks. I'm not sure. Charlamagne the God's Instagram had it.
Oh,
And,
really?
It was, dude. It's amazing. So it's Granddad, and he's dancing in the kitchen,
Right.
and then who comes on, man? R. Kelly comes on.
Right.
And he's like, no. He's like, I can't listen to this. He's like, I need to listen to music with more moral standards. And then he puts on Michael Jackson, and he's like, much better.
I don't think Mike did it. I
don't think
know.
Mike did it either.
I don't
but
think Mike did it.
that
No,
is
I think
crazy.
they was trying.
No,
to
but
paint,
I get your
You
point.
see what I'm saying
It's
about
what
the
Leon
media?
said, they decide which
Yeah.
one the
As
bad
As soon as they
guys,
paint
yeah.
you who the bad guy is,
Yeah.
Right.
if the media won that shit, like if the media gets their point across to everybody and everybody starts thinking how the media, whatever they say goes,
Right.
they got control of what the fuck is going on.
Because that's what happened with the Jesse Smollett thing. They ran with it. They were like, we got fun. Dude, listen, when that story first came out, he said, I was attacked and I had bleach poured on me and the noose hung around me by 2 white guys in Chicago wearing MAGA hats. I'm like, in Chicago?
Bro.
Where are you going to see 2 white guys in MAGA hat carrying a noose at 2 a.m.
Well, hold on.
downtown Chicago?
Hold on. You know that part of that story is legit, right?
No, it's not. It was all staged.
No, exactly. But like
they
that's
said
not
it was
the-
African bulls, right?
Yeah, it was 2 Nigerians
Oh, I thought it was,
that he worked with.
I thought it was like the 2 white friends that he had.
No. It was 2 Nigerians that he worked with on Empire.
Because
Did they at least dress up as white guys? Like,
No.
did they have the white guy makeup?
No, because they
shit.
found
You're
white
cool,
guy
bro,
makeup.
you're cool.
They had like the white chicks makeup.
Yeah, they
No,
could at
so
least did that.
so what else
Yeah.
came? This also came out.
Jesse got
is
enough
that-
money for that.
Right.
He cut
So
the
it
check.
came out that
Damn, I don't know.
one of the now I don't know if this is true. I saw this on Twitter. They were saying one of the Nigerian guys was gay.
Oh, really?
Jesse's also gay. So they're saying who else better to help you stage this attack than like a boyfriend or a loved one. There was like a whole reasoning behind it, but I was like, I don't really get this.
Yeah,
I don't really
that seems like a
understand where it's
stretch.
going. But it came out that it was over wages. He was making like 20 grand an episode, and like Taraji B. Henson and I can't remember his name. They make like $100K per episode. But it's
Yeah.
like, bro, those are like established like actors. You're nowhere near like them.
Won't they call him the gay Tupac? Isn't that what they call
He
him?
called himself the gay. Yo, so after it came out,
God, I couldn't fuck with that shit.
after it came out, he was like, I'm the gay Tupac. By the
I
way,
couldn't fuck with that shit. Bro.
he said, by the way, I got an album coming out in a couple months.
"Oh my god."
Is that really what he said?
That's what happened.
But no, but his point is exactly true.
Bro, if
man.
you-
It's like
if you
people
get-
are just trying to get to the
Right.
dance with the stuff that they
But
Yeah.
but even if you got attacked, they pour bleach on you, they put a noose on you. Are you going to Subway as your first thing after you just got jumped? No one's going to like what? He said he went to the police station with the noose tied around his neck and holding a Subway
Hey
sandwich.
yo, no way.
Yeah,
No way.
I swear.
No
this
way.
this case is crazy. It was crazy.
I think he underestimated like how much people would be on it. I think
Right.
he could naturally believe like with the political
Nah,
climate, everyone said yeah.
Yo, didn't it come out that he got a drug addiction? I don't know if this.
That's
is
what
true.
he said. He's taking that
That's what he
route.
said?
That's what he said. He said I forget what he said, but he is going that route. Where
He's
gonna
going that route?
He's gonna go on that route, blame it on mental
That
health.
route only worked for white folks.
That's real. But he's going that route that he's just going to blame it on mental health. And then 6 months from now, he's going to be on the stage of some award show,
Nah,
getting
I
an ovation.
Dude, I
don't
think,
know.
I think he might.
I hope that route works for him, and I hope that is the case, that he's just drugged the fuck out and wilding out, because he's on some shit. If all this is true, he's on some nut shit.
Yeah,
but
he really is on some nut stuff, man. What did he think was gonna happen? That he was just gonna be like the main character of Empire? Like, what
some people can't like fame fuck with him.
But like, dude, there's cameras everywhere. We're talking downtown Chicago.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're gonna get attacked by. First of all, we're talking downtown Chicago. If there's any two white males walking around in the street with a noose, bleach, and MAGA hats,
They're gonna get hit with the bleach.
they're gonna get hit with the bleach and tied with the noose before they even get to anyone.
Facts.
Like, that's when I first heard it. I was like,
That's facts.
I was like, what, dude?
Yeah, man, it's so crazy.
And they're
bro.
like, this is MAGA country. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like, come on.
But not to Smoove's point, man.
Even real
the
racists ain't
media
gonna say
runs
some
with it
stupid
right
shit
away,
like that.
Man. The media runs with it,
shit.
and
Bro, they ran with it, and they didn't.
Real
No
racist
apologies.
not going like. I don't know.
Real racist probably isn't going to Chicago.
Yeah.
I've
They
met
definitely
some-
not going to act racist in Chicago.
No, right.
They just going to keep that shit to themselves
I was
because they
gonna
know
say,
better.
Right.
I've ran into some real racists, but all the times I ran to real racists, it was real safe places to be real
Right.
racist.
Exactly.
That rhymed, but yeah.
Right.
know
That's
what I'm
how it happens. It's not going to be in an urban environment.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Nope. Can't hang with that shit.
Smooth. What's something you're banging with right now, as far as in the music scene? Something that's modern, something that you're looking at like, all right, this is cool. Like I like this.
I like the idea of me using music to get my foot into the door to do other things.
Okay.
Like I look at guys like, I don't know, I don't want to sound mad cliche, but I look at Jay-Z,
Right.
and I look at like DJ Khaled and
Right.
stuff like that, and I like the fact that you can use your music to get everybody to know you, and then you can use everybody getting to know you to do something else. I just like the idea of that. I like I don't really like how it's going so far for me to get on personally, because it's not like it used to be. I basically just gotta, I don't know. This shit is weird. I like it. I just like the fact that I could use this shit to branch out. I don't really like anything new as far as the internet age going forward.
Interesting.
I wish I grew up. I wish I was this age in like 1995 or something.
I think about that too.
Do you think it'd be easier for you to get on back then or now?
Yeah, because I could just probably go to like places and rap and be known just for rapping, not
Radio
known
station.
for everything else. I feel like in this day and age, it's like everything else matters.
I think about Will Smith. Like that's the number one thing I think about. Like just think about the bars that he spit like when he first came out.
Back
He's
in the day?
he's a tight rapper too.
Yeah.
But it's like the style of rap that he was doing. It's
Right.
like, man, now it's that. When you look at that now,
Right.
you're like, wow, like somebody could make that.
I
in a
listen
day.
to them like 90s type boom bap beats, and I
Yeah.
rap to them like, and I just love rapping to them beats.
They're- It's fun, right?
Yeah.
They're
Because
timeless.
They're so
They'll
timeless.
Never
They're
age.
so punchy, and they kind of force you to move fast
You're
too. You know, there's
Just
just
think
a
Wu
lot.
Tang.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
Think
that
think
style that
Big
they
L,
do.
bro. There's a lot.
That's
packed.
Go.
one of my favorite.
There's a
rappers,
lot
bro.
packed into his songs, man. Like there's
Big
a lot.
L,
Yeah.
coldest motherfucker.
Big L was cold
Coldest,
crazy.
he was cold as shit.
A top-notch crook.
Yo, if he's on
snatching
any beat
pocketbooks
with
from a
anybody,
lady.
as soon as he start rapping, you not think about what the other guy was
Right.
saying.
Right.
He was gunning on that.
I still listen to I have it in my car. I got a couple I got 3 Jay-Z albums in my car.
Yeah.
I got Blueprint 1, 2 and the Black album.
Okay.
And 2019 timeless. Like just this like the style that Jay created to me, I'm like that's why I think he's like the greatest ever cuz it's like bro, the stuff that he was talking about then even correlates to now.
Yeah.
Like and just the beats and it's like they don't get old, you know? It was like it's like so weird.
I'm about to get Uber Eats. Yo, want anything?
Nah, I got dinner cooking at the crib.
I'm cool, bro. I mean, we're only gonna go for like 15 more minutes.
Oh, I bet I can wait then.
All right, cool. But yeah. It's just you could do whatever you want.
It's-
by the
it's
way.
kid-
some hungry shit.
It's kicking in.
Yeah, I want you to be at home, be able to chill, man. But yeah, I think Jay is cool, man. I've always been more of a Nas fan. Honestly, like I feel like Nas's writing is just incredible. And the fact,
Nas
like, still
dope.
today,
See, but
he's
and
quiet.
this is not going to turn to a Jay-Z versus Nas thing. My only critique of Nas is that I don't think he puts together album material.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing certain songs, but like a cohesive album, I don't think he has that fully.
Okay.
Like there's a couple albums like Illmatic, Stillmatic, like timeless. But for me, like Jay gave us 13 albums. Out of 13, I was like 9 or 10. That's just like the song 1 to 12 or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, that's an album.
Yeah, I feel like that with Kanye too, man. Like I always felt like that
until like post 2010.
Dude, I liked Yeezus.
Love Ye, man. Fuck with Ye.
I loved Yeezus too, but
some Ye shit.
Bro, that last album.
That's a good way to say it.
It is on
some
Ye
Ye
shit.
But like, that's why I love Ye, cause he Ye.
Yeah, man. But nah,
his beats have always been amazing. It's just his writing.
Ye. That's somebody I would just love to lock in with.
Right.
Yeah. Just get in the studio.
I would love to see his process.
Same. I would definitely love to see that.
Because I feel like he's a 48.
It's
he's
probably
in there for
so
48
meticulous
hours.
though, man. He's probably got to drink like a certain like drink. He's probably.
You can remember he's sample heavy, so like that's super meticulous.
Yeah,
because you keep going till you find the right,
Yeah.
right sample, and then you flip it.
Yeah, and there have been some wild ones, especially.
I would also like to see the process of OVO.
Oh, okay.
Like how they make their beats and their samples. Because 40 be flipping samples. I'm like, who? I'm like, what
40,
sample is that?
I watched a vlog. I forget what vlog it was. It was about OVO and 40 and I forgot the man who he works with, but he was like a legendary ass bull. Right. I could just tell Bull was legendary.
Right.
By the way that they spicing him up.
Yeah.
By how he's in the studio tweaking all this little, like he just seemed like he knew everything.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn. Like, if I could work with that guy, but he only works with them.
It's the only ones he works with.
I was going to say, the process is probably super protected.
It's probably
very protected. Like, they don't talk about that at all. You know what I'm saying? There's probably no videos of it.
They got some shit going on.
Anything like that.
They got some good
40,
shit.
Boy Wonder, like...
RZA said when he was making beats, like, at the height of Wu-Tang, his routine was he would have just, like, a case of beer and a television set and an MPC. And he would just have floppy disks and make stuff on the MPC, but the television set would always have either porn or kung fu movies on it. Those are the only two things that he would watch.
I ain't mad at that.
So he would get super drunk and watch porn and kung fu movies, and that's like the basis of all RZA beats are just those three elements.
Hey,
man.
yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
my man got the shakies just playing. He try to make the beat. He like
such a weird thing to have on.
Right. And then next to the shakies is just like Jet Li, just
just
going
like, oh shit, boom, boom, boom.
Oh man,
real shit though.
Yeah, but
I need to buy MPC. I love fucking with them Jones.
Yeah.
I need to buy one of them.
Obviously, my good friend Anthony had one of those. Man, they're cool. But there's just a little bit of process. So when you say you mess around Fruity Loops, you have an MPD or a keyboard or what? I
just got a MIDI keyboard. That's it.
Okay, cool.
Let's work with that, John.
Yeah. I mean, you can make a lot, dude, with the keyboard. It's pretty incredible. Keyboard with pads, too.
I need the big one, though.
Yeah, man.
I need the big John.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to play piano. I'm trying to do a bunch of shit, man. I just need to find the time.
Dude, I'm the same way.
Aren't we all?
I want to learn Japanese.
I wish I could go to piano lessons, like, every day. Real shit.
And then you look at these people.
Bro, honestly, like, the best way for you to do it, honestly, if you just get the piano, YouTube. Or not even just that, just play and
got
just
like
like
ADHD
try and
though, so if I sit there and play like 10 YouTube videos in a row, it's like I'm going through hell.
Dude, I need to
or not even that. We're just like play a song that you're playing a song with the piano and try and find it on the keyboard to match the note and then go from there. And
I need to write the motherfucking letters on the keys, the notes.
That's how you get it done, man.
That too.
And then after a while, it just becomes But nah, man, that's cool. I feel like I gotta have you on again because there's just so much I want to ask you. And just,
bro,
you're very ambiguous, man. Like I don't know, it just happens. It's like I have ADHD. It's like how do you get anything done then? How do you record? You know? But I really do.
I just be living life.
I respect that you do it on your own dime, and I respect that you do it because you love it. Like I think that's
definitely
the big
love this shit a lot.
From Smoove.
Yeah, definitely love this shit.
It shows, man, because your stuff is good. I feel like if you didn't love it, your stuff wouldn't be any good.
Yeah, facts.
It's awesome.
Facts.
It's awesome, and I want to keep you up. So it's cool, man. We're gonna break, get something to eat. This has been episode 58. Thank you so much for coming on Smoove. Just plug yourself, man. Tell people you want to check out.
Where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram. Double O Smoove, DOUBLEOSMOOVE gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's everything. Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere.
And your album.
Oh, and shop and get all your meal prep needs. Ozzy's Kitchen Meal Prep, LLC. You know what I'm saying? 389 West Lincoln Highway, Pendle.
Hit that business
Langhorne.
up. For real, hit that business up.
We got the best meal preps in the city.
That's it, man.
Facts.
Listen,
No
you
cap.
don't got time to cook. You got to go to work, get a meal
You know
prep.
what I'm saying? Just pull right in. I got meals. I got bakery items. I got soup and chili. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's chilly outside. It's snowy. You know what I'm saying? Come get a
And
nice
where
chili.
where can they find your music?
You can find my music on everything. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Some shit called what's up? All that shit, bro.
Just get it all.
Yeah.
All that shit is everywhere.
Yo.
Double O Smoove.
Double O Smoove.
Double space O space Smoove.
Yeah.
Gang.
Keep it smooth. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Hey, 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 niggas don't want me to snap. Bitches want me on they back. Nigga, I'm lit like Big, and I keep that flame no cap. My frame is no rap. I don't see no bread in your trap. I see my bed, yo bitch in it. I hit her from the back. I spit all on your girl, little pussy, before I spit on your track. Niggas act like they deserve that clout when everything they do whack. Smoove really run the county, and I really ran that trap. Now I'm 21 running the business. You ain't on no shit like that. You niggas can't go outside and get real gully and talk your shit like that. Cause your whip get flipped like that. Like a barber off some dope. We gon' push your shit right back. Get your shawty off some coat. Bet she let the whole team clap, nigga. And that's a fact. We got more guns in the tote towels. We could shoot for hours. Niggas sick, cause they fuck cows. We got plenty power. You want smoke? You must wanna die. I go buy the flowers for your grave. That we